Hello guys. Um, I wanted to make a quick video about tips and tricks, some tricks with offsetting buildings or items so you can use loaders more efficiently, but it's hard to make a quick video. So I ended up with making, full length of video. So this is Factory. Factory has 2.5 width, 2.5 blocks width. If we look at blocks, it would look like this. Here is a grid, and if we want to make loaders, we can build them here, anywhere on this green spot, to load this factory. Even that here, factory is only on half of this block, loader will work. So if we want to build factory on the second half, we can see where are the loaders to build. And interesting part is when we connect, we place two factories next to each other. And if we look at where we can build loaders, there is a one spot where we can build a loader which will support both factories. You can see here, this loader can load to both factories. So we can save some flags by building only one loader, which will provide metal for both factories, or metal explo for both factories. Okay, when you press slash, you will see something like this. It's gonna draw you banding rectangles or squares. So you can see that this factory is here and this loader is here. So they intersect. There is intersection, so loader will will load this factory. Okay, let's go to expandos. So here is expando, and if we try to make loaders, we can make up to 8 loaders. And there are some tricks. When you change blocks to doors, this expando will drop a bit. And now this expando is on this 6 blocks, and we can build 2 more loaders here. But if we would add the doors on top, when this expando will be full, up to 240 metal, we will be able to build 2 more loaders. And it can look weird because it would look something like this. There is a loader which takes items from doors, but you can see this part is enough for it to work, And I will prove it by using, test server. So you can see this is what I built, and this expando is not full, so I will have to add some metal. 1 second. These expandos are blocked, so they don't work for a few seconds until I show you. Okay, you can see these 2 loaders did work. I forgot to sandbox build. Okay, and now they are blocked, but I will unblock all of them, and you will see how fast, this expando is empty. It's really hard, to refill it, because there are up to, how many? 8, 10, 12 loaders. So yeah, if you want to spam items on test server, this is an option. Okay, so this was that. 1 second. Okay, let's go to some more modification. I have doors here and doors here. If I push this expando a bit to the right, you can see here is the all these loaders will work. So again 12 loaders non-stop. And this is empty expando, and it's already reached by 12 loaders. You can remove these 2 loaders, walk as player and push this expando, so no problem. And let's see what will happen if you decide to rotate expando. You can see that this box, banding box, is smaller, because now it uses this to diagonally size, which is bigger. And you can see that this expando will be we will be able to reach this expando from all 3 blocks. So we have already 12 loaders without any doors, any pushers, just rotating this expando. And we can move it a bit. So now it's gonna be accessed by 4 loaders here, because here is the part, and here is the small part of expando. Here there is no expando at all, but we are using this box, so even if we don't see any graphics here, it's gonna take items from here. Again, let's go to test server, second case, and this is some weird shit, but you can see what weird shit you can do if you rotate expandos, because their banding boxes are here. Okay, so we could use this for loaders. Even this loader, again, it looks like it's gonna take items from here, but it should work. Let me check. Yeah, and it looks weird, but that's how physics works in this game. And this is bugged. I'm sure this is bugged, but it was bugged since expandos were introduced. So yeah, you can see we have a lot of loaders. This time there are 14 loaders from this expando. So by rotating expando, we gained more ability to add more loaders. I will show you one other case. This is something weird. What happens here? This expando is so big that this loader can take item from this expando and put it to this expando. But you have to build this loader before this expando will grow. So I cannot build it now, but if I build this before it was so big, I could do it. Okay, so I once had an idea to build a huge ship, which will be reloaded from one expando, but it's not very practical. It's not practical at all. So yeah, that was just more for trolling reasons. Okay, and last case is when you can see this item is small, but it still has some this interesting property. It's on 4 different blocks, so we can build loaders here, 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 or here, or we could change this loader to this block to loader before this item was dropped. So it's up to you, and it can be useful if you decide to for example, to make some very small sorter. This will act like sorting, because there are 3 loaders with different filter, and this item can be accessed by any of this. So I will add a booster, for example. This will give me, oh, it didn't work well. So yeah, maybe, maybe this, no, this has to be, it cannot block items, okay? So I'm not sure why I didn't pay attention why this one did drop here, but you could try to use this, you know, layout for making some very space efficient, I don't know, recycles with some expandos and so on. And this is a way to, you know, to make more loaders. You can fit more loaders by having this item, this ramp, and item will be rotated. And yeah, we could also use door. This is the something I learned. If you use doors, it's gonna, you know, drop and it's gonna be lower. So you can use here this loader, you can see on the graphics. And yeah, that's the different way, but it's not very useful. So this is, you can try, you know, to make something from this. It's more about showing physics that sometimes it's nice to experiment with some things. Okay, so this doesn't work very well. Maybe this recycle has to be moved a bit to the right side and then it will drop at different angle, but whatever.